All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Seagate Firecuda Cup, brought to you by Cybergamer, Seagate, and of course Asus as the supporting partner. Right now, for your viewing pleasure, we have Alpha Sydney taking on one more. My name is Renkies, and I'm joined for the final match of tonight by Flying Finn.
Indeed, final match. Looking at another good one. One more. Doing quite well recently, I think. They had a pretty good effort last night as well. So, coming up against one of the premier teams in the region in Alpha Sydney, who have been together for a while now. They're looking very good themselves. Going to be interesting to see exactly what happens here as to whether one more are going to be able to continue their good form, or will it be Alpha Sydney picking up thanks to their time together.
Well, it's interesting you bring it up. Obviously last night, One More did fantastically, picking up a nice win for themselves. They could get the first goal here, but no, a great save comes out from Jippy. Alpha Sydney, however, seem to have trouble with consistency. They're a very up and down team. Some interesting bump plays there to start things off for Alpha Sydney in the offensive half of One More's side. But One More eventually find it out with a nice pass play into a massive clear.
Indeed. Alpha Sydney, though, are going to be able to take it out through Jake. He's got a nice little flick down towards the opposite corner. Too high there for Torsos. And now Cyrix down the field he'll go. Drippe will get it down into the corner again. Elusive and Shady working together there. Cyrix into the center looking for Elusive. He's going to drop it back down to Shady. Oh, Elusive nearly getting onto that one. A beautiful 1-2 passing play. We nearly saw. Unfortunately, they couldn't get onto it. And now Alpha Sydney with an open net. Torsos, calm as you like with all the time in the world. You'll get onto the end of that one, and Alpha Sydney will take the lead. But ooh, it was so close to going the other way.
Well played to Drippe and Torsos there. Drippe getting the ball forward. It was on target, but quite slow. I think it was Elusive that was rotating back around. Definitely could have got there in time to save it, so good job for Torsos, just giving it the extra speed it needed to secure that one in the back of the net. Of course, a massive clear now from Drippe. Torsos into the ceiling, bounces down into the corner. Elusive to clear out, but instantly returned in by Jake, looking for top right. Not quite there, gets a boost grab. Drippe can't quite stalemate on Cyrix there. Torsos throws it back towards Drippe. Cheeky back touch. There's Jake off the ceiling. Drippe once again looking to find a curve in the corner. Not quite in his favour there. Cyrix looking to challenge out. Drippe finds it past him. Jake going for the interrupting bumps on Elusive, but Elusive somehow still maintains his composure and gets the save off the back of Drippe's solo play out of the corner. Very interesting stuff developing here. Of course, still 1-0 in Alpha Sydney's favour. 3 minutes left. One more have looked promising, but I think Elusive, did he get bumped here or just slammed into the back wall accidentally? We'll have to watch from his perspective.
Yeah, I'm
But
pretty
Jake,
sure he's been bumped. Yeah, Drippe,
what a bump.
fantastic.
Yeah, that was looking good for Elusive to be able to get there just in time, probably. The good shot that came in from Jake, but even better was Drippe's bump onto Elusive, keep him out of that play. Secures the second goal there for Alpha Sydney. One more need to start replaying as soon as possible. Good demo from Cyrix onto Torsos, but instantly cleared out by Drippe. It's a nice save. Going for a backboard touch. There's Jake. Drops it off the backboard again. Elusive flips out of the way. Shady will come through for the clear. Looking for the mid boost. Can't quite find it past Jake. Not fast enough. Cyrix have to throw it into the corner now. And One More regain their defensive positioning. Touch into the midfield. Dangerous from Cyrix, but Shady able to clear out there. Drippe. One's forward. Cyrix throws it back on the opposite side of the field. Drippe again out of the corner. It's a great pass across. Cyrix will be the first one to that handily, though. And once again, Jake off the backboard. Alpha City loving the backboard, and eventually it pays off. Torsos slams one in the back of the net, as it seems like One More just gave up or just exhausted from the defensive rotations.
Yeah, they just struggled there, but I mean, it was a perfectly positioned pass, and Torsos straight onto that one, finding the hole in the defense to be able to slide it in. I think, yeah, One More struggled a little bit, but fantastic work there from Alpha Sydney to be able to get it, as they're looking forwards once again. Shady going to try to get it out of there, but Drippe is going to set it up. It's going to drop right in front of goal. Elusive's gotten onto it. It's going to go in no matter what now. Drippe will slam it in. 2 minutes to go. Alpha Sydney absolutely in control of this match. And
I love
they
the
should be able
cheeky
to take
tone. I love the cheeky tone Flying Finn.
it could have rolled. It might have rolled in. It might have
You
rolled
can't
in,
stop
but it was
him.
always going to go in.
Absolutely. 4-0 now for Alpha Sydney. This is very much a day that it seems like they're pretty on point. Obviously, great stuff for Alpha City. Not so much for one more. Could this be the first goal? No, straight in the post from Shady. It was a good pass from Elusive. Now Cyrix off the backboard. Rotation's not quite there in time for one more. Back in defense, Shady gets the block, trying to predict Drippe. Throws that one just top bar and down. Jake can't find it past Cyrix. A good save from him. See Drippe rotate through once again. Elusive off the backboard, can't quite get it. Drippe won't find it past Cyrix. Good angling in defense there. Drippe almost receives a pass from Jake. Was looking to throw that one on target. Perhaps thrown off by the fact I think it was Elusive up in the air going for the challenge. Drippe trying to bounce it this time over Cyrix. If you can't throw it over the top of him, well, you know, aim for underneath or something. You've got to start switching it up. But Cyrix, cool, calm, and collected as ever in defense. And getting quite a few saves.
Here we go. They're trying to get it out of there at the moment. There's one more. They just can't. But now Shady down the field. He will be able to get that. Drippe straight onto it, however. He's looking for the pass. He's found Jake. Down the field they're going. Probably going to get a passing play. Drippe off the backboard, but it's not going to be looking too good. Torsos now to Jake. Great stuff coming through here from the Alpha Sydney team. Working together very well. Big block there by Cyrix. Getting the save. Trying to get out of there once more. Big block from Elusive. He gets his save as well. We've already got both Cyrix and Elusive having their savior badge and 8 saves between them. Even with 30 seconds to go, I have a feeling they might be getting another one. There's, Jake just bumping into Torsos there. Didn't really work out for them, but now he's going to look forwards. He's looking for Drippe. Oh, sorry, it was Drippe that he hit. Cyrix down the field into the corner. Getting the center ball. No one's there. Jake down the field. Elusive trying to stop it. Torsos, though, getting onto the end of that one. Shot on target. Shady gets his first save of the match, amazingly. But that will be it now for game number 1, as we're just waiting for the ball to go down. Drippe actually setting it up. Torsos and Jake both go for it. Shady, you might want to get it down pretty soon, mate, as Drippe now will go down. Alpha Sydney taking game 1 4-0 and looking well in control of this series.
Very well played to Alpha Sydney there. Not one of their off days, it seems, Flying Finn. They seem pretty on point. And, of course, they'll be very happy with that. One more. Looked extremely good yesterday. Not so much today. Bit out of sorts. They're doing a great job in defense, obviously. Eventually, they're falling to the Alpha Sydney pressure. But, I mean, any team is going to have that happen to them. What's more important, I think, one more need to look forward for is getting those pass plays into the shots. They haven't had too many successful attempts with counterattacks. Alpha Sydney have been really good with positioning, so, I mean, that's tough, those. While you're trying to avoid shots being taken from Alpha Sydney, you've also got to try and spot those openings on the field and be able to accurately get the ball over there. So this is going to be a tough one for one more. Alpha Sydney looking very dangerous.
I think, in terms of baby steps, you've got to get one before you can get the other, walk before you run. I believe one more, they've just got to be able to get it out of their defense. If they can do that effectively, they can try to build it from there, but they were struggling so much in their own half that last match. If it happens again, it's pretty much going to be the series over, because I won't be seeing them coming back with a reverse sweep. So they really need to get onto it this match, and they're starting off pretty well as Shady setting it up there. Jake is there for the clearance, however, so that stops, but Cyrix, great steal on the wall. Torsos coming through. Jake is down there. Elusive will get the stop, but Drippe coming through now. Big save coming out there from Shady. And it starts again as Alpha Sydney starting to set up in the orange half of the field. What can one more do? That's a nice little passing play. Shady there. Elusive setting it up once more. Is Cyrix going to come through? No, he won't. It'll be Torsos instead. So that attack breaking down, unfortunately, for one more as Jake comes through. Big save there from Cyrix, getting onto that one. Very important as we're nearly a minute to go. Torsos getting rid of Cyrix there. Man down, and Torsos, well, one explosion on a car and then one explosion in the goals.
Yeah, and this is just Alpha Sydney's bread and butter. Wrap it through the corner, get underneath the ball before it gets onto the backboard and pop it out. Don't throw it straight across the face of the goal. Get it out into that goal box area a little bit more. Force the defenders to try and make the rush for it. It's always going to have the momentum going towards, in this case, Torsos. Going to give him a better chance of throwing that one in the back of the net. So really well played with the passing play from Alpha Sydney. And one more. They've had some passing plays, but they've almost been doing too much. trying to be too passy right in front of the Alpha Sydney net instead of just taking shots when the opportunity arises. And I feel that's, not really helping them out a lot because as a result, they haven't had those shots go on target at all. Alpha Sydney have been able to commit to full counterattacks and get away with it.
Absolutely. I think they've had situations that they've been slowing the game down. When they're on the counter-attack, they need to be keeping the game quick. Talking about quick games, Torsos with a steal there, right off the bonnet of Shady. That's just unfortunate. Like, he's trying to be patient, wait for the ball, and be able to get it out of there effectively, but Torsos is reading it even better than he was. Steals it, as I said. Great stuff there. 3 minutes 20 to go. 2-0 to Alpha Sydney. But as I was saying, I think one more, when they got themselves in a counter-attack position, twice we've seen this game, pretty much they've ended their own attack by just skying a ball high, and nobody ends up going for it, or at least Alpha Sydney get to it first. They need to be quick, they need to be direct, and they need to start getting some shots. At the moment, they have only one on Shady.
I'm not sure if being fast is the right answer. Alpha Sydney are extremely brutal with playing a fast-paced game. Slowing it down could work in their favor, but again, Alpha Sydney also extremely good at that. They're more than happy to force the opponent to come to them, make the pass, play with the counter-attack. They're equally good at everything on the field, but it's going to be tough. One more, we're really going to have to come up with something different here up against Alpha Sydney.
Indeed. No matter what, we've come up with two different ideas. What it is showing is that Alpha Sydney is absolutely in control of this match, this series. They've got one more on the ropes, absolutely. There's nothing that they can do as now Sirik's taking it down the field. He can't get it past Jake. Fantastic positioning by the Alpha Sydney captain. As the ball comes down, Shady now in control of it. Oh, he fakes out Drippe pretty nicely. He's trying to take it towards the wall. Hasn't really worked for him, not very effective. It's in the corner for Sirix. Now he's going to go close. Elusive coming through there, but they just can't get it in. Torsos on the wall, trying to control it. Big steal by Shady, though he might struggle to control it. It's gotten it into the center. Jake with the clearance down the field. Sirix now setting it up there for Shady. Goes past him, however, and now Jake will be patient and control the ball, taking it down the field slowly, controlling it. Stolen by Elusive, but it's not an effective position. And Torsos on towards goal. Shady has to get it out of there. Thankfully, I think Sirix might have bumped Drippe out. They're just starting to control it a little bit now. One more chance forwards. Shady going to get onto that one. Drippe is there, however, and they'll clear it out to the corner.
Absolutely Elusive now. Can one more pick up their first goal of the game? A great pass from Elusive. Sykes goes for a bounce over Torsos, but nothing they're trying is working. The only thing that one more could try that might work is we see Elusive get an epic save, although not credited with it. That's harsh. But as I was saying, one thing we could see one more try is Alpha Sydney at times in this game have been vulnerable to counterattacks. It's just one more haven't been able to develop shots off the back of them. Alpha Sydney, if you leave them time to get into position, will always win. You need to catch them off guard with those counterattacks.
Absolutely. I think also maybe something to look at as Torsos comes through there for the third goal. And he picks up his hat trick. Getting onto a very nice pass there. Drippe to Jake, sorry. And Torsos on the backboard play. That was a fantastic team goal. I think you'll agree, Rankies. But I just wonder if maybe a little bit more aggression coming out from one more. Maybe that's something they need. We've seen a couple of demolitions this match. Maybe just to be able to break open the defense a little bit. Get them sort of 2-on-3. Having to really struggle and hold the ball out. That might be something they need.
Absolutely. I feel they've left it a little bit late as Drippe almost gets another one. Great save from Elusive. A win here for Alpha Sydney will place them on match point, so it'll be up to one more to pull off a reverse sweep. Credit to them, they're capable of it, but Alpha Sydney are looking really strong. So I don't like one more's chances if they lose this game, which at this stage it's looking like they have.
Indeed, here we go. Sirix getting the block there. Torsos are going to take it down the field. It doesn't really matter. It's going to bounce right in front of the goals. Alpha Sydney taking game 2. They went 4-0 in the first game, I believe. And now 3-0 in the second. So, just looking so strong this evening. Torsos, once again, with his hat trick, 1 save and 4 shots. 11 shots across the team for Alpha Sydney compared to only 3 for one more.
Not looking the best here for one more. Of course, plenty of chances to bring things back as we ready up and head into the next game, game 3, and what could be the last one here. Flying Finn, Alpha Sydney looking really strong, and after the wins they've had, you know, as you said, I believe it was 4-0 in first game, 3-0 in game 2. It's looking convincing. Alpha Sydney might have the first and the only clean sweep in the series tonight.
Yeah, exactly. We saw the first 2 matches tonight go to game 4 and then end. And the third one went to game 5, so it's probably only right that we saw a clean sweep final game. As here we go, this is looking good now for one more. Elusive putting it forward. Sirix can't quite get the touch, and Torsos with the clear. Can't get it past Shady. They're putting a little bit of pressure. Is it going to drop in? It's just come off the crossbar. Drippe is there, but he hasn't got a touch. Shady nearly towards the goal. Elusive couldn't get there in time. Now Torsos will clear it down the field. Dangerous ball towards goal. Sirix is already having to get a save there for one more. He gets it past Drippe as he's taking it down the field, but it's stolen by Jake. Up on the wall, he's going to try to set it up for his team. He seems to already be faking out Elusive, and he wasn't anywhere near him. Shady trying to get it into the corner. Drippe, though, stealing that one. Sirix, nice clear down the field as Alpha Sydney rotating around very nicely. Elusive getting that one, but Drippe will be there straight away. Setting it up once more. Sirix trying to get it down the field. Elusive decides not to chase it, and it's just setting it up for Alpha Sydney to attack once more.
Absolutely, a big clear comes out from one more. Torsos, slow ball, won't find it past Shady. Elusive pops this high and into the corner. Torsos. Oh, good play past Cyrix there. Shady looking to turn around and get aggressive. Times the jump to perfection. But here comes Jake. Or is it down in the midfield? There's Drippe, punishing shot into the top shelf. A great first goal to start things off here for Alpha Sydney in game 3.
I don't know about you, Rankies, but as soon as I saw Jake going up for that, I just knew there was somebody coming through the center. Drippe, 133 kilometers per hour, just underneath the crossbar. Fantastic strike. You saw the pass coming. You knew someone was going to go after the shot, and you knew that it was going to go in.
Absolutely. And good job for Torsos rotating out as well, getting ready for a secondary shot should the first one have been off the top bar. But of course, Drippe, accurate as ever. Here we go, Torsos with a big clear. Shady across to Elusive, can't quite connect on it, even on the downward loop. Won't get there. Drippe spots the open goal, takes the long shot, but Cyrix rotates through with plenty of time to get the save. A stop from Drippe, Jake up in the air, but challenge from Cyrix proves true. Torsos saving in the corner. Cyrix now looking to find it past him. Bounces in favour of one more, but no one up. Drippe leaves that one for Jake. Oh no! Drippe lands on the ball as Jake tries to clear. Danger averted though as Torsos gets a big clear along the ground. Looking for a pass play, but that's no good. It's along the backboard. Cyrix will always clear that one out. Elusive now. Finds it past Jake. Rushing to the ball. Trying to get a challenge on Jake. It's a back pass to Drippe just in the nick of time. Drippe now. Backboard. Ooh, so close. Going down for Torsos. It was right up against the post there, so I didn't like Torsos' challenge of... chance of finding the goal there. But half of the game left. 1-0 up are Alpha Sydney. And one more. They haven't been looking too promising in the offensive half. Alpha Sydney immediately clear every time.
Indeed, they're just not really getting onto their own clearances enough one more, I feel, to really be putting Alpha Sydney under pressure. Here goes Sirix, setting it up there for Shady. It's just going to come off the crossbar. Where is Elusive? There he is. But Drippe is sitting there just ready for it. Trying to control the ball. It was nearly close towards goal, but there was really no danger. Now Sirix with the bounce shot. Oh, Torsos coming through for the epic save. Elusive is up, bringing it down off the crossbar. Drippe actually puts it back against the wall, and Shady couldn't quite get onto it. Takes out Torsos a little bit there. Not intentional. Oh, it's right in the face of goal, but nope. As Shady actually gets demoed there. So all of a sudden, one more have to be careful. Oh, it's nearly fallen in. It's come off Torsos. You just can't catch a break on one more. As Shady's back in the game now. Gets it off the corner. Jake should be able to get the clearance, though. It's still centerward. Drippe is there now, taking it down the field. It's a little bit high. Sirix is there. Oh.
No way.
When it rains, it pours.
That's not fair. How did Alpha Sydney not concede? And then that happened. 4-0, one more. Flying Finn, 4-0, one more. Minute and a half remaining. 2 goals down they are. Can they make it?
I'd be amazed. Like, I'd be amazed if one more. If they can get themselves onto the scoreboard, that's an achievement in itself at the moment. They're just not looking menacing enough to really get it. You know, they've had some chances. Elusive here, it's a possibility, but Torsos is ready for it. just going to clear it out there. Sirix setting it up once more. Here we go, Shady. Can he get onto it? But Jake will get a clearance, and this is the thing. They're close, but you just don't feel like it's going to happen. Alpha Sydney have done too well this match to be able to keep them out at every possibility. Not just this match, but this entire series. Is now Jake running down to an open net. I'm not sure exactly what's happened there, but simple as that. Alpha Sydney take it to 3-0. You know, we were praising one more earlier. Well, praising as close as we could, you know, for keeping it to only 1-0. It's blown out to 3 all of a sudden.
No, I can tell you exactly what happened there. I think one more is starting to get a bit frustrated and they're starting to full commit to attacks, and as soon as Alpha Sydney walk away with their clearance, they're going to pick up open goals like that easy as pie. So I mean, credit to one more though, they've got to start trying more aggressive, risky things if they want to get a goal on the board, because at this stage Alpha Sydney, I was kind of hoping that they'd just keep it 2-0 and leave it so to be 4-0, 3-0, then 2-0 win. But 3-0 it is. 30 seconds exactly remain right now. One more. Still not looking like they can pick up a goal, and there's Jake. Cut it off the backboard. Cyrus is there. Drippe inside edge of the post just enough. 4-0 with 21 seconds remaining. This is most likely Alpha Sydney's game. You know, I can't say it's impossible for one more to bring it back, because it is always possible as long as there's 10 seconds left. However, it is highly improbable at this stage that Alpha Sydney are going to lose this lead.
Yeah, they're going to need 4 kickoff goals, and like right there, that's not going to happen. As now Elusive getting out onto that one. Sirix getting beaten there by Torsos, and all of a sudden Alpha Sydney looking for the 5th perhaps. Shady, a couple of hits off his car. It works pretty well. Sirix can't get the touch. Now Shady, it's going to have to be him and Elusive. What can they do? No, Jake's going to get onto it. Now Drippe, nope, it's going to be stolen by Sirix up in the air. Jake going to bring it down. We're at 0 seconds, so it's all over for this series. But can one more find themselves a goal? Well, at this rate, they've got better chance of finding a goal if they put it in their own net. Not quite. Never mind, that was maybe a bit too far. Nonetheless, Alpha Sydney with a very clean 3-0 win in this series.
Well, not only is it that, clean sweep, but one more didn't score at all.
Yeah, it was a clean sweep whitewash.
But that's harsh. Alpha Sydney played amazingly well. This is clearly a good day for them. Yeah, I've spoken a little bit up and down about them, that they're inconsistent, and I still stand by that, but I've never said that I think Alpha Sydney is a bad team. I always maintain that when they show up, boy do they show up. What a performance from Alpha Sydney.
Exactly, as you said, when they show up, they show up. Today, they showed up. Just supreme stuff, and I think we got to talk about it. One more are not a bad team. So for them to go 15 minutes of game time without scoring, and realistically...
And not without trying either. Look at the shots just in this game.
Yeah, that was big improvement from their previous games. They actually had the same amount of shots as Alpha Sydney. I think it was 8-8. They tried, and they had a couple of close ones, but just never really felt like they were going to get it.
No. Not at all. Well, of course, ladies and gentlemen, that was our last matchup for tonight. And next week, of course, we've got more games coming in for you. It's going to be Masterminds versus Legacy, Rejects versus One More, Corvidae versus Alpha Sydney, and Scylla versus Athletico. All 4 of those games definitely going to be interesting ones to watch, Flying Fin. And of course, we've got to give a massive shout out to the sponsors. Thank you very much for Cybergamer for throwing it all together. And of course, Seagate. Gotta love them. And Asus is a supporting partner as well. Huge prize pools, 3,200 just for CGI, followed up by 1,300 for CGM and 700 for CGA. And of course, along with the 5,200 total cash, Asus are throwing in 3 of their GTX 1050 Ti graphics cards, and Seagate 3 of their 2TB Seagate Firecuda SSHDs. Absolutely amazing stuff, Flying Fin.
Yeah, big deal here coming out for the Cybergamer Rocket League season. But I think that is our night rankies at the end of it. Fantastic night of Rocket League. Some big results across the 4 matches. Any final